How do you bomb a hospital? Even if the president of Hamas ran into that hospital, is hiding in that hospital, you can't bomb that hospital. How do you bomb a refugee camp? Even if Hamas ran into that refugee camp, you are in no position to bomb a refugee camp. Comrades, those guys are involved in ethnical cleansing. They want to wipe off the Palestinians. This is a genocide. It's an international crime, and ICC must issue a warrant of arrest against Netanyahu.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to another episode of ATP Live. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and ATP Live is only exclusively on the ATP network. You can catch the ATP Live on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And before I get started, man, I got a lot to talk about today. Got a couple of shameless plugs. On the bottom of your ticker here, be sure to follow right there the ATP Network crew. And I forgot to add the other guy. I'll add him on the next time, but the publicist. But yep, follow Left Indy, Horror Girl, and me. Lakeshore Boy 24. Follow us on Twitter. I mean, if you still even on Twitter, I recommend Blue Sky Red Note. But everybody, a lot of people don't like change. I understand that. Like, people used to be on Twitter, and people probably like the way Twitter is, even though it's controlled by a fucking Nazi. But yeah, it's all good. I'm everywhere, man. I'm all over the place. And also follow us on Red Note. There's her, the co-founder of the network, and my name is well on there. Follow us on there. I like Red Note because TikTok is going away if ByteDance don't sell the platform. Like, people don't know that. Like, I don't know why people leaving Red Note. Like, man, well, bring your ass back there, because this is just a temporary thing that Trump signed the executive order for. Like, he didn't sign it to keep it from happening. Like, Congress are going to have to unban TikTok for it to be unbanned. But we still got a couple of months away from that. So I'm still on TikTok as well. My name Andre X, and stuff like that. And also too, while y'all watching my ugly big fat head, like the video, like y'all liking the video, I appreciate that. Like, on YouTube especially, like, we getting more views. Like, this video got 300 views on it. This clip, appreciate that. Twitter gaining a lot of views. A lot of people tuning in to me on Twitter, and I believe Twitter slick asses. I believe they suppressed me to a point where they fuck with my video views too. But it is what it is. I'm getting it now. So I appreciate y'all watching that. I appreciate the Rumble folks as well. Twitch, one or two people watching that. Hopefully I get Rockfin soon, so that way I won't be on Twitch anymore. Twitch is mainly for gaming. It's not really for politics, even though they encourage politics. But I'm pretty sure Twitch, YouTube, and all these other platforms do not like my kind of politics. So it is what it is. So, like the video, if you're on YouTube and Rumble, helps us out in the algorithm. Greatly appreciate it. And before I get to a couple of news topics here, I want to talk about my good buddy and slash contributor to the ATP network, Left Indy, aka Mike. I'm going to share his fundraiser here. I did it last episode too, but I might as well do it again. Here it is. He says, fund his journey to inspire students worldwide. Yeah, guys, like, only he raised $70 so far, and I'm promoting them as much as I can, but, it's up to you guys. Like, I can only do so much, in terms of promoting, and I'm supposed to donate to him as well. I'm going to do that after this stream go off. And also, he wants to teach English to foreigners overseas, so that's what he's raising the money for. And, once we, start getting the ball rolling for his fundraiser, let's also to surpass his goal as well. Like, you always need extra money for stuff, man. Like, his his goal is what, $700? Like, come on, man. Like, at least 1,400. You know what I mean? Like, let's double his goal. His links are in the description on YouTube. I need to put it in on Rockfin as well. If you watching on Rockfin, like, and also I forgot to add his store too. At the end of this stream, if I remember, I'm gonna show I'll show y'all his link to his store, so y'all can buy his merch. If y'all, at least you're getting your money's worth. He's got some cool merch, so yeah. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, man, I came across that video that y'all saw a few minutes ago on Instagram, man. Yeah, like, one thing I disagree with that guy with is that, he's probably in that camp where Hamas is the enemy too, along with Israel, but, but Hamas is doing it by the international law. Like, international law said Hamas has the right to do what they're doing, have a right to respond. Like, Israel occupied Palestine, and they want to take over. They want to get the Gaza Strip too as well. That's why they are constantly bombing and doing these drone strikes in Gaza. So yeah, like, yeah, but he's right though. It don't matter who's in the hospital. Like, Hamas is not in hospitals. Like, I don't know why that damn Israel claim too as well. Like, Hamas, they're in hospitals and they hiding in these weird in schools and stuff. What? Like, that's bullshit. That's total other bullshit. But shout out to that guy. The ICC, I mean, they issue warrants for his arrest, but the United States sanctioned the ICC. That's crazy. You putting sanctions on a court that's going by the law. That makes sense. You're punishing or sanctioning, same thing. A court, international criminal court for doing something right. even though it's weak sauce, I think there's more they can do. The ICC and the other one, the ICJ, them two, like, weak to me. But I mean, so really, to be honest with you, if he step foot on any other country, his ass in handcuffs except for the United States. Like, I can't believe that this fucking um, um, murderer is walking the streets of Washington like he's God King or some shit. Like, I'm talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. It's totally insane. But yeah, man, shout out to that guy. And also too, I'm gonna play this other gem by a good friend, Afeni. I consider Afeni a friend. Like, she's cool. Since it's President's Day, after recording this video, I'm finna play out this little gem as well. Why not? I get a 2-for-1 for me today with the videos.
Happening to say, I saw this tweet this morning, and I thought to myself, what better way to celebrate and honor President's Day than talking about this great nation, the crimes it's committed, and the men that have committed them? Walk with
The name of the person that tweeted that tweet is Karen Piper. That's funny as well.
me.
Continue.
Let's start here with the 45th and the 47th president, the most dictatorous, the most bigly, the most dangerous, the Don. Okay, this man dropped the mother of all bombs on Afghanistan 3 months into his presidency. Why? The world may never know. I don't even know if he knows. And then we have to move over here to his bestie, his roll dog, okay? Barack Obama. All right, I've talked a lot of shit about Barack Obama on my page, so I'm not going to have to go too in depth. But Barack is kind of the reason why Libya has open slave markets. And why did Barack Obama invade Libya? Because Gaddafi was going to form a Bank of Africa and kick the West out of African interests. So he overthrew him. Yes. And guess which white lady pushed him to do it? This scandalous hoe. Exactly. Now we can get into America's favorite idiot to have a beer with, George W. and his murderous sidekick, Dick Cheney.
Yeah. Two murderous coops. I'm George Bush. America, funny.
That is Liz Cheney's father, by the way. Shortly after 9/11, they kicked off Operation Enduring Freedom, where they invaded Afghanistan. Why? For weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. And that invasion expanded into Iraq and other parts of the Middle East, like Kuwait. Why? For weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. And don't get me wrong, George W. Bush was not the first Bush to actually invade Iraq. That was his dad in 1991 that started Desert Storm, just continuing the family legacy. And also, there's this guy right
Oh
here,
God.
who bombed.
Oh, this motherfucker. Here. Bill Clinton. Hillary. I told Hillary last night to rub my back with some baby oil and some Vicks Vapor Rub on my back. You know, my back kind of itchy here. My camera going blurry. I better say this nigga crazy. Hillary. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. that guy right there, man. Oh God! And to all you that call this guy the first black president, I'm blurry. It's embarrassing.
Iraq in 1998. Why? For weapons of mass destruction that, again, did not exist. I think we can skip HW to the Antichrist of American politics, Ronald Reagan,
God.
who launched Operation Urgent Fury.
Ronald Reagan. Today in America, it's about goddamn. I'm a war criminal too, but that don't get recognized as my other counterparts. Ronald Reagan. Oh man.
Where he bombed Grenada, a 100-mile-long island, and militarily occupied it until they installed a government that actually agreed with Western interests. And if you need more evidence than that, search Vietnam. If you need more evidence than that, go ahead and see what happened to Korea. If you need more evidence than that, go ahead and Google what we did to most South American countries through the 1950s and 60s, installing governments that, again, were more friendly to Western interests. Why? Because we wanted to. Remember a couple videos back when I was talking about soft power? Well, all of this is a display of America's hard power, America's military might, okay? But America's soft power is how we can have 800 military bases all over the world without them being seen as illegal military occupations that need to be exercised through military force. You see where I'm going with this? So that soft power being diminished is dangerous to us all. Okay? All right now. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead and comment a firework emoji. America!
Okay, guys. So, it's President's Day, so I had to drop that gem, too. That woman is amazing, man. Like, me and Mike, we talked about she need to be a part of the network. I know she's not going to be on here full time, but, if she's, not busy or nothing, maybe we could do a show, or her and Mike could do a show, or something like that. Like, I need somebody like that on the ATP network. Afeni would be perfect fit. Her and Mike, man, those are the two most important people on the network. Like, really, to Mike, like, once Mike get his show going, like, y'all gonna see me on here less. Because, I like doing this, but again, I like, being behind the scenes. I like putting videos together, clips, and editing, and all that stuff. That's my forte. But yeah, man, Afeni is amazing. Follow her on all platforms. Wherever you look, she's there. Facts and Fire. Afeni is the chosen one, man. She's chosen for this, but she chose to do something I think that's very more influential, which is doing on the ground organizing, like which everybody to a certain extent should do if you have that type of time. Like, I understand people have kids to raise, and people are quadriplegic or anything like that. Like, maybe we don't need, okay, to be honest, you don't need everybody on the ground, but we need more boots on the ground, because I think that's the only way towards real change. Obviously, voting to the duopoly is not going to work. Fucking organize it online. For my experience, it's a joke. Like, these people, to me, like, I might be wrong. Like, maybe there's some people that will love, that are actually real. But I don't know. It's just a lot of oppositions and infiltrators online. Like, you don't know who to believe and stuff like that. The balloon did a home weird. So yeah, man. So yeah. All right, man. Like Stephen A. Snitch, man. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. Finna get to this next clip. All right, guys. Before I get to the next video, be sure to hit the like button. It's free. It don't cost you a motherfucking thing, guys. It don't cost you a motherfucking thing, okay? It's free. It's free. Free. Hit the like button, it's free. So all right, guys. Stephen A. Smith. Oh god, this guy. One fact though, like if y'all follow me on Rumble or YouTube especially, like go back to shit, when was that? It had to be last summer. Yeah, it was last summer, obviously. I think back in June. June I started doing this. No, July. No, it had to be July or August. I forgot, man. But I was talking about Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless at the time. I was saying that, Skip got fired from FS1 because, Skip is a horrible human being. Not gonna get into that. Maybe I need to make a sports channel on the side or something. Like I want to talk about sports again. Um, yeah, like politics can be like it get kind of like an echo chamber at times. That the co-founder Nicholas said it best, but yeah, like I talked about this guy before, but it wasn't about anything political. Now, this guy, Stephen A. Smith, says that he think he can, he think he can run for president and win. Oh God, I mean, my guy, like, I guess he gonna run on the Democrat side. I, I'm gonna play the video. Let me play the video and I'm gonna break it down. Stephen A. Smith's a crazy ass motherfucker, man. That damn Stephen A. Snitch hell, man. He hell. And shout out to Ticket TV for saying Stephen A. Snitch. Yeah.
Support, keep it coming, and I'm going to keep on coming. I'm always thankful for the support, but I never in my wildest dreams, ladies and gentlemen, believed that I would have to thank y'all for the level of support that I'm about to thank you for. Now, I've done a lot of things in my life. Done a lot of things. And in the world of sports, I'm not going to lie to you. I appreciate the gratitude, but I think it's earned. I've worked very hard. I've established myself as a pretty significant figure in the world of sports, and I'm glad about that. Totally true. Totally true. But never in my wildest dreams did I believe that that would translate into me being polled as a presidential candidate for the United States of America.
Oh God.
Now, I must tell you, there's quite a few things in life that could have easily shocked me, but it's never had. It's never done that. This is a shock. I know y'all see me, Fox News one day, CNN the next, MSNBC the next, News Nation the next. You hear me on podcasts, Dave Rubin. You hear me on a radio show like Mark Levin. You see me on the television.
Before I let him continue on with his soliloquy, if you curious what Stephen A. Smith politics is, it's kind of a centrist type politics, centristy, kind of like the middle, like he plays the middle ground, like he'll listen to both sides, but he lean a little bit to the left, what I mean? That's where he stand, which is like if you're gonna run as a centrist, you might as well let Gavin Newsom or somebody run, like. Oh God! But I let him continue. I just had to pause there. That's why he said he goes on to all these different platforms and and speak his mind. Oh God, this guy here, man.
Television show like Sean Hannity's show or Chris Cuomo's show, Cuomo on News Nation. You see all of these things and you hear me talking about politics. I've never considered it political talk. I consider it social commentary. When we're talking about the economy, when we're talking about healthcare, education, immigration, safety in the streets, I consider those to be life-altering issues that every American citizen has the right to feel passionate about, have fervor about, and express themselves about. So I simply looked at myself as doing my civic duty and speaking on these issues. And then lo and behold, some poll comes out, and the poll has me receiving 2% for the presidency of the United States of America. Tim Walz, former VP candidate for the Democratic Party under Kamala Harris, he got 3%. Josh Shapiro, governor for Pennsylvania, he's got some more percentage points. The only person that had double digits was Kamala Harris at 33%. Everybody else was single digits. For the 2028.
My thing is though, like, why Kamala Harris? Like, yeah, you know the Democratic Party isn't serious. Like 33%, Kamala Harris, like she couldn't beat a game show host. Like the only reason why, well, the reason why she lost is because she said she wouldn't do nothing different with Biden in terms of the genocide. Yeah, and shout out to Bush. Well, he was on Bad Faith. I mean, yeah, Bad Faith with Breonna Joy Gray. I think last week, and he's talking about that the Democratic Party is toast. Like they are. Like it kind of do make sense what he said, especially like when they lost the Muslim vote. Yeah, they lost the Muslim vote for good. Like yeah, like when you choose genocide, yeah, especially genocide the Muslim part of the Muslim population, yeah. But yeah, let me continue.
A Democratic nomination for the President of the United States of America. And your boy's in the mix. Let me say this. I am flattered. I do totally consider myself unworthy of such a thing. I do understand that while I have surface knowledge of current event issues and what's going on in the world or whatever, I certainly don't have intimate knowledge. I've never covered Capitol Hill in my life. Hell, I've barely been on Capitol Hill. So I don't think it's deserved. But I will say this. It did give me cause to pause.
Oh, God.
And to think about something. Did y'all know that in order to be the President of the United States of America, in terms of the criteria, all you had to do was meet three standards of criteria? You got to be a United States citizen, born in the United States of America. You got to be at least 35 years of age. And you need to have lived in the United States for the last 14 years. That's it. And then I watch some of these people speak on these issues. Forgive me, I kind of think I can do a better job. I just do. I mean, in terms of articulating my positions, my thoughts, my passion.
You said he think he can do a better job, but yeah, blabbing at the mouth is different from actually like signing legislation, dude. Like signing a bill into law. Like that's your job. Like as you president. Yeah, it's like yeah. So basically, you feel like a piece of beautiful red velvet cake. It looks good on the outside, but the inside, it ain't shit because it doesn't have any flavor. Like that's basically what you would be if you were president. Like I don't know, man. But I never continue, man. And this guy actually runs for president. I don't think he'll make it past the primaries, but I think it'll be interesting. Like, I wouldn't vote for him because he's a Democrat anyway. I probably wouldn't even vote for him anyway because I seen what he talk about in terms of like this economy and stuff. It's not, he's not a radical leftist, guys. Like, that's just why I said he's a centrist. So let me continue, man.
I mean, I think I can pull that off. I'm just saying. Now, it just so happens that I live a pretty decent life. I think y'all all know that my salary is a little bit more than the president actually makes, along with congressional and Senate figures as well. So monetarily speaking, it's just not to my advantage to engage in politics on an official level because it would compromise my wallet. And I care about my wallet. I am a proud
capitalist, guys. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, he's not a leftist. So, yeah.
capitalist.
Told you.
I believe in making money.
See?
And ain't no damn way I'm going to give that up to be president. But then I remembered something. I expect to make some paper over the next few years. I expect to accumulate enough dollars to, dare I say, elevate and sustain my
Yeah,
quality
shit.
of life for a lengthy period of time to come.
Oh God.
And taking all of those things into consideration. Although I have absolutely positively no desire to be a politician because shaking hands and kissing babies ain't my thing, being a professional beggar, looking for donors, looking for campaign dollars, looking for elected officials to try to curry favor with them so I can get what I want legislatively and beyond. Although I have no desire to do any of those things, I do have an
I mean, I would say this off record, like, you are a beggar to your bosses. Like, like you see, Pat McAfee got a big payday, and you behind the scenes saying that you want the same amount of money. So yeah, like thinking about it, I think you'd be a perfect politician. Like, you go to the donors, like, Stephen A. Smith, I do what you say. I need to fund my campaign. Yeah, like, I think about it. Yeah, at first I was like, this guy ain't politician material, but he runs off at the fucking mouth too much, and then he's a capitalist. Like, I mean, every politician known to man been a capitalist. Like, Trump was one, Biden was one, Obama was one. Like, hell, why not? And then he's a celebrity, technically, celebrity. So yeah, I mean.
insatiable desire one day when I'm more qualified, as I really dig my heels into this stuff, to be on a stage debating presidential candidates for the United States of America. And in order to do that, I would have to be a candidate. So I must confess to you, as I laid down that picture for you all to consider, I must confess to you that if my money's right, my pockets are tight,
Oh God.
my quality of life is sustained, and you came to me and you said to me, as the American people, that you wanted me to be your nominee
Oh God.
for the presidency
This guy
of the
is so-
United States of America, I have to confess to you, it is something I would consider.
Oh God. I told you. Hey, he'd be perfect for the donors. Like, he won't be no different from Biden, in my opinion. If he even gets that far, I doubt it. He won't be no different from Trump in terms of like he said, he's a capitalist. Like, and then who knows after if he becomes president, which I don't want him to be president because he's running in a two-party system, but like he's like he said, he's well off. Like, he has a big mouth. Yeah, this ain't so surprising to me, man. Like, I think when Trump was saying things that that's not the standard, not ethical. Like, hey, I get a lot of people say, hey, fuck it. Oh God, yeah. I let it play a little bit more.
I didn't say I'd do it. I didn't say I'd want to do it. Me personally speaking, whether it's from a Dave Rubin or a Mark Levin or a Sean Hannity to a Wolf Blitzer to a Rachel Maddow or somebody, Chris Cuomo, or somebody, I think I got a better chance of being a pundit than a politician. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Somebody who's a centrist, ain't leaning far left or right, willing to compromise, keep an open mind, fixated on bringing the country together instead of dividing us,
Oh God.
I might entertain it. So I only have two things to say to finish this off. Number one, please continue to watch the Stephen A. Smith Show right here over the digital airwaves of YouTube and iHeartRadio, and express your thoughts about what you think my chances would be and whether or not you would support me.
All right, guys. I'm ending right there, man. Like this guy is unserious. Anyway, like, yeah. Like, bro, like my question is to Stephen A. Smith. Like, he ain't gonna never come on this show. He ain't gonna never talk to me. Like, I don't care. But I'll ask him, like, hey, bro, like, what will you do to improve the lives of American people? Like, if you gonna just be mealy mouthy, talk that centrist bullshit, like, bro, like, you ain't no different. Like, he ain't no different than a Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris to me. He's no different. The same, just with a, just with a mouth. Like, that's the only difference. Who will vote for him? Like, he wouldn't get independence because, like, he wouldn't get us. Like, no, if you on the far left, you're not voting for a two-party system. But like, I don't, him running as president would be funny as fuck. But again, I would say, like, it would be interesting. Like, then Cal Kalinske ended up saying Jon Stewart should run for president too. I'm like, bro, like, people material needs aren't met. I don't think a celebrity, like, see that shows you, like, I guess they say, hey, Trump won, he was a quote unquote celebrity. So yeah, let's run a celebrity, somebody that's well known. Like, bro, like what we really need to do instead of running these celebrities as president, then I'm get to the next story. We need to just break from the duopoly, come together, build movements. Like, that's what we really need to do. Like, and I hate to say this about the independent media. Like, I wish more of them would, like, use their platforms for the good. Like, a lot of these Palestinians need help with mutual aid, and they didn't even touch it. They didn't even retweet it or nothing. Like, they be on Twitter, But I'm getting off to a tangent. But yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith. Oh God, somebody said one time he called him Screaming A. Smith. Like, oh God, for president, Jesus Christ! Like, America already a clown show with Trump and Elon Musk. Like, Stephen A. Smith will add more to it. All right, guys. All right, guys. Before I get to this clip, be sure to like the video. It's free. It don't cost you a damn thing. So when you like the video, guys, just help us push this out in the algorithm. So I know I'll be begging like a mug, like a simpleton, for y'all to like. Please like the video. Like, we are a very small platform, So, we're trying to build. So apparently, this clip, shout out to Case Study QB, man. This guy does the damn thing. He find these gems, man. I always say, like, you can't find this shit on YouTube. You got to go to Case Study to find these clips. Now, private prisons want a immigrant hall too. Want to take the immigrants in, and you kind of know why they want to take the immigrants in, right? Like, they want that cash, man. Like, private prisons, are basically money grabs, man. Like, private prisons are really hellholes. Like, you hear stuff about the quality of the prisons, and then the food is crap and all that stuff. It's just, but hey, let's take some immigrants in. Hell yeah, I want some money. So I'm gonna play this clip and break it down with you, and also to exploit them as well, right? Like, they're already being exploited, But yeah, what the private prison's gonna do. So let me play this clip.
Private prison companies are literally head over heels about working with the Trump administration. Why? Well, they expect to cash in on the president's mass deportation promise. CoreCivic, one of the two largest private prison firms in the U.S., predicts that the government could ultimately need up to 200,000 beds to hold immigrant detainees. The more beds that they fill, the more money that these companies make. In fact, the Department of Homeland Security estimates that the daily cost for one bed is about $165. So you can do the math there, right? But these private prison firms also make money from contracts with ICE to surveil migrants and transport them within and out of the United States. CoreCivic CEO Damon Hinninger recently described this as one of the most exciting periods in his career and added that he expects to see significant growth.
No shit, Sherlock. Of course. Yeah, you got dollar signs on your mind, man. Like, yeah, you don't give a fuck. Like, the private prison CEO. Oh, it's most exciting. This is so, oh God, I'm so happy. $165 a day to keep these for a bed. Like, yeah, that shit adds up, brother. Like, like you said, do the math. All right, guys, let me continue. Holy shit.
In the company. And GEO Group founder George Zoley, who oversees the other large private prison firm, said back in November that the company was created for this unique moment in history. We've already seen that the private prison industry actually thrives under a Trump administration. The first time around, both CoreCivic and the GEO Group saw their profits soar with rising stocks and multi-million-dollar government contracts for their detention facilities. And while former President Biden promised to end the use of private prisons and signed an executive order in 2021 to stop the Department of Justice from renewing contracts with them, their use by ICE still continued. In fact, it grew. As of July 2023, some 90% of people detained in ICE custody were held in facilities owned or operated by private prison companies. That was up from 79% in 2021. And now, under Trump and his anti-immigrant policies, these numbers are only expected to rise. On day one, the president reversed that Biden-era executive order to stop the DOJ from signing contracts with private prisons. Then, the recent
Biden's executive order will resource. My thing is, at least try to just get rid of private prisons all to fucking get together. Like again, like private prisons are just fucking hellscapes. I just don't understand. I thought when people go to prison or to jail, I thought these were supposed to be I can't talk. Jesus Christ, rehab, probably like rehab, like supposed to help these people, make them better. But these people, most of the time, these people get out of prison and they go back right in because they haven't, like, nothing hasn't improved. So, but hey, Trump don't give a fucking shit. Like this stunt he's doing with ICE with the deportations is just ran me to his base. Deep down, like, Trump knows that you need these people to work. It's just that they claiming to go after the ones with a criminal record. And then one thing that's crazy about ICE is they are detaining indigenous people because they said they couldn't tell the difference between a Hispanic person and an indigenous person. Man, man, this is why I said a few weeks ago, like, this is some fucking scary times, man. Like, I have a lot of people that are Hispanic, and I'm worried about ICE's them, let them see their papers like this 1940s Germany or some shit. All right, guys, back to the video, man. It's a scary time, bro.
Recently enacted Laken-Riley Act makes it easier to detain migrants accused, not yet convicted, but accused with even minor crimes. And as MSNBC opinion editor Hayes Brown notes, the rising pressure to get deportation numbers up will likely result in increasingly sloppy and inhumane measures. Now, inhumane is a key word here because what happens inside of these prisons? The abuse, the negligence, and forced labor practices at private detention facilities are all well documented. We've even seen cases of death. In 2023, 42-year-old Ernesto Rochaguadra died from a heart attack under ICE custody in Louisiana at a facility run by, yes, the GEO Group. He had submitted dozens of grievances alleging that he was refused medical care, denied access to his personal detention records, and was subject to mistreatment by guards. Look, all throughout his campaign, Donald Trump ran on a promise of getting so-called criminals off the streets. But as NBC News has reported, nearly half of immigrants detained during a single day in January.
Yeah, I thought, again, like, supposed to get criminals off the street, but you detaining, indigenous folks was not in that graphic right there, or you detaining people that don't have any criminal records. So, yeah, like, yeah, Trump is full of shit. We all know that. Um, I mean, like, yeah, it's all about looting the treasury. Like, Trump doing this. Private prisons want to take these people in, treat them like indentured servitude. Treat them, treat them inhuman, and profit millions upon millions of dollars. Like, this is what it's all about. Oh, jeez.
January didn't even have criminal records. And the migrants recently sent to Guantanamo Bay, while Trump and his allies will have you believe that they're the worst of the worst, CBS has new reporting that some of the migrants being sent there are actually nonviolent and low risk. So who gains from all of this? Well, because it's not about making you safer. It's about pushing this dystopian narrative that makes them richer. The Trump administration is gaslighting you, the American public, all the while private prison companies are taking in those new $1 million contracts on whose back? The back of immigrants.
So, yeah, guys, yeah, I mean, MSNBC is going to run a piece like this because MSNBC is supposed to be a Democratic network. But, yeah, let's say if Joe Biden was doing this, I just thought about this. If Joe Biden was doing this, just, picking up any, person that looked immigrant off the street, sending them Gitmo and sending them to these private prisons. Will MSNBC talk about this or no? Fox News would. But Fox News loved this shit. So I don't know how they're going to spend it. But yeah. So yeah, that was a good clip. They're right. Trump is gaslighting us. That immigrants are not coming to work because obviously they're scared that they're going to get fucking detained and put in jail. I mean, get detained by ICE. I mean, you can't blame them. As tactics to help them. Like, if you see ICE, you holler out, La Negra. I'm saying it wrong. Goddamn. La Negra. You holler that, telling them to, go away, hide. That's what it means. But, yeah, man, Trump, only thing Trump cares about himself and his donors. I'm pretty sure the private prison industrial complex gave money to his campaign as well. I mean, it obviously makes sense. All right, guys, on to the next story. Okay, guys, so the next story I want to talk about is from Mundo Weiss. It says, the liberal establishment is finally criticizing ethnic cleansing in Gaza now that they can blame Trump. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. Now, why were them criticizing ethnic cleansing in Gaza when Biden was in there? Biden did the most of it. Now you can say Trump is doing a very little bit. He's mostly just saying rhetoric, like we're gonna take over the Gaza. He's gonna take over the Gaza Strip and all that shit. It's just total bullshit. But just get to Joe Biden for a bit. 15 months, for 15 freaking months, Joe Biden could have ended this genocide. It shouldn't even got to this point. But this is what happens when you in the duopoly. Your brain, your team do a genocide. Now the other team, the red team, is participating in ethnic cleansing. You can criticize them. See, Trump doing a genocide. That person on TikTok, I played a few weeks ago, was talking about, Trump is gonna make Gaza turn into a parking lot. I'm like, don't you see, ma'am, I'm gonna be nice, ma'am, don't you see the pictures of Gaza? Gaza's already a parking lot, bro. When Israel let Palestinians return, they were turned into rubble. What are we doing here? But anyway, I'm gonna read this article, man. It's wild. I'm gonna make it bigger too as well. It's already big enough. Okay. It says, a week after the long-awaited ceasefire between Hamas and Israel brought a rare moment of quiet skies for Palestinians. Yeah, that's very on thin ice at this point. Donald Trump announced his plan to clean out Gaza, proposing to relocate its remaining population to neighboring countries like Egypt and Jordan. He has since reiterated this stance, claiming that the U.S. aims to take over Gaza in order to rebuild and develop the area into a Riviera of the Middle East. It is, one may ask, truly a Trump presidency without the permanent furrowing of one's brow? Good alliteration now. Palestinians were quick to react to Trump, while some do have fears about the uncertainty of their safety in the future in the shadow of 15 months of non-stop bombardment that left the Strip decimated of both human life and infrastructure. Many others expressed their steadfast um, resolve to remain. We will remain here, staying above the rebel stones and iron. We will remain in our homeland in Gaza, said Manar Hummel of the Beriji camp. It says, but some of the most fervent pushback to Trump's plan to take over Gaza has some of the very same people, institutions, and newsrooms that spent 15 months either remaining quiet on the extermination of Palestinians or supporting and building the case for it to continue. That right there, man. Like, again, like, the same motherfuckers that, yeah, some of them been quiet. Some of them saying, well, Israel has the right to defend itself. Hamas, it's about the hostages, man. Like, we got to get the hostages out, man. Like, Hamas, they doing this. It was never about the hostages. Like, oh man, this is why liberals are worse. This is why I consider liberals worse than conservatives. Because liberals talk on both sides of their mouth, man. Like, oh God. But let me continue. There you go. Let me see. What we find is that there is manufacturing of moral hysteria around Trump's proposal that seeks to either intentionally or by way of liberal anti-Trump muscle memory erase the direct culpability of the Biden-Harris administration and the Democrats in the genocide of Palestinians. Yeah, they want to forget, like, your guy Biden and Kamala Harris let this go on for 15 months. Now since Trump, saying the rhetoric he's saying now, y'all saying that, these the same motherfuckers that say Trump will make the genocide worse. Like, somebody literally said that. Well, Trump will make it worse. Gaza's already rubble. Like, what Trump gonna do? Destroy the rubble? I just, like, I mean, like, sometimes, like, it's come to a point in time where, to keep from getting suspended off social media, you have to, like, hold your mule and just ignore it. Like, just, mute the reply and just move on. Because what can I say about that? Like, it just shows me that, just sheer ignorance of these people. But let me get back to it. And so we have been ambushed by their discoveries of the words war crime, ethnic cleansing, destructively dead, and morally indefensible. Yeah, nice words, liberals. Even the New York Times made the very novel discovery of what international law may have to say about forced displacement. What we are seeing again and again is the introduction of language that not only offers the criminality of a Trump administration policy that has yet to be put in place, but also explicitly moralizes about violence against Palestinians. A moralizing that was markedly absent as U.S. funded and made bombs while ripping apart Palestinian families for 15 months straight. Yeah, like, oh, now since, Trump is in there, New York Times could say, no, this is wrong, man. Like, wow, like, like they had I guess, the liberals had a blindfold over their eyes for 15 months. They didn't see what was going on. Now Trump in there now, and they're like, oh, shit, this is wrong. This is ethnic cleansing, man. Like, oh, shit. This is not cool. Like, these fucking hypocrites, man. Let me continue. It says CNN reporter Stephen Collinson, who covers the White House, called Trump's outlandish and mind-boggling plan the most stunning U.S. intervention in the long history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, comparing Collinson's opening paragraphs from his recent analysis to the opening paragraphs from his September 2024 analysis of the Biden administration failure to secure a ceasefire. This is it right here. Damn. Pause and read it yourself, guys, because, it sounds small and it won't let me make it big. It says, both analyses are critical of the administrations, but the tone, urgency, and moralizing of the language are starkly different. Yeah. I guess, wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back up. Oh, okay. So this one right here was from September 6th, 2024. I'm going to read the topic. It says, American push for Israel-Hamas deal is a failure on repeat, but the U.S. can't walk away. And this is from February on the right. It says, Trump Gaza Riviera plan is the most outlandish idea in the history of the U.S. Middle East peacemaking. Yeah. I mean, it says it for itself. The September 2024 critique is rooted in concern of the administration itself and its credibility for chasing what Carlson calls the hopeless goal of a ceasefire. In just a few paragraphs, Biden is criticized for both its failure to secure a ceasefire, but also absolved of responsibility with the onus put on Benjamin Netanyahu on the mirage of a ceasefire. So wait, you're gonna criticize Biden, but again say, nah, it's technically not his fault because Benjamin Netanyahu is a tough ass, Like, just stop sending them money and weapons. Like, weapons, what's called a weapons embargo. Like, this, okay, let me continue. The February 2025 critique puts the blame squarely on Trump. Okay, utterly constrained by the law for not only empowering Netanyahu to put a geopolitical transformation of the Middle East. The Biden administration spent 15 months purposely violating international and administrative laws. Is left simply weak and having overpromised. The urgency, this moralizing, the lack of hesitation to push back is unique to news coverage. The late night host Seth Meyers offered a tepid critique of Biden's refusal to push for a ceasefire in April 2024. Has dedicated several closer look segments of his show over the last 10 days to the Trump administration in Gaza. It says Myers not only calls Trump proposal abhorrent and unhinged, but also explicitly stated it will be a massive human rights violation that constitutes ethnic cleansing and violates international law. It would cause outrage around the world and entangle U.S. in exactly kind of foreign quagmire Trump promised to keep us out of. So that right there, like, I mean, yeah, he was right, call out, Biden back in 2024, but you should have said the same thing that you said to Trump. Like, what Biden was doing is the same thing Trump was doing, except, like, for 15 months, though. Like, this is what this article is getting to. Like, what was the same energy when Biden was in there? But Biden's your guy, so you're not going to criticize him like that. You use coded language, as I always say. But let me continue a little bit more. It says, in the same segment, Myers offers another tepid critique of Biden, saying it should have never gotten to this point, and that Biden should have pushed for a ceasefire. Absent is the moralizing language of condemnation and indictment of violating international law and plunging the Middle East into a complete U.S.-led crisis. Biden once again is presented as simply inefficient and disappointing versus a president who was fully and actively overseeing the extermination of the entire nation. Then there is the performing anguish against the Democrats. Last week, 145 House Democrats signed a letter urging that President Trump retract his dangerous comments about Gaza and that they are alarmed that an American president will advocate for forceful removal and permanent displacement of 2 million people. Again, like, where in the fuck was this same shit when Biden was there? They was quiet, man. Like, they were just, you had, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar said a little something. LC, she want to keep her seat, so, she gonna use coded language too. But, like, yeah, what Trump said is fucked up, like, technically, like, telling people to leave their own land. That's like a robber comes to your house and say, "Hey, you need to get out your own house. This is my house now, motherfucker. Get out." You look at them like you look at them like they crazy, man. Like nah, like fuck you. Like, but okay, like see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, this is why, when Trump got in there his first term, the liberals that was eating brunch and now it's Trump in there. Now they outside the streets marching. Like, what were these same people marching with us during the 15 months of an active genocide in Gaza? Like, they should have been out there with us, and they should have told Biden, "Hey, we won't vote for Kamala Harris, or we won't vote for you until your ass get a ceasefire." That's what they should have been doing, but no. Now, after, Kamala lost, either some of them on TikTok losing their damn mind, wishing harm on Palestinians, saying Trump will be worse than Biden, which is just mental. Or now they calling out, what Trump's saying. Oh, that violates international law. Oh, shut the fuck up, man. These people, man. See, I can't work with these people, man. Nah, bro. Let me see. It says forced removal and permanent displacement is arguably bad. But where were these words of moral outrage, anguish, cries of ethnic cleansing, and war crimes when Palestinians were forced from one corner of Gaza to the other by the Israelis, only to continue having bombs rain on them hour after hour for 15 months straight? Where were all this screaming and curl clutching when the North Gaza was cleansed of its inhabitants and put under devastated siege for months? When Palestinian babies were left to die and decompose in their hospital beds? When children were shredded into bags of meat? Oh, God. Where was the outrage when hospitals was eradicated one by one? When journalists, healthcare workers, and professors were killed one by one? Tortured and kidnapped? Nowhere. Then I'm going to read this right here, and then I'm done. And then it says, Democrats and liberals at large need us to forget about what was happening in Gaza before Donald Trump came into office. They need us to believe what the physical displacement of Palestinians is worse than the eradication of over 1,000 bloodlines, worse than the decimation of all life-sustaining infrastructure that rendered Gaza inhabitable, worse than was a 200,000 killed by bomb, starvation, disease. So, yeah, man, like, again, liberals, like, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Like what Trump doing, it's fucked up what he said, like the rhetoric part, like, let Jordan and Egypt get these Palestinians, like, but to me, like, your former president, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, your vice president, let this genocide happen for over 15 months, and you've been quiet, or you said a little something with no substance, like you look like idiots, liberals. You look like fucking idiots. Like this is shit you got to deal with, man. One person get away with genocide, quiet now. The other person might continue another genocide because the ceasefire is on thin ice. And now they vocal now. Now they gonna be out the streets with Palestine. Now you can see liberals saying, "Free Palestine." Trump gonna try to take it away. No, man. Like a lot of us let some of these liberals, work with us, and then when Biden got back in office, they went back to fucking brunch. So, fuck them liberals, man. That's all I can say about that. All right, guys. So last segment. Be sure to like the video, man. Andre, being a simpleton as I am, the video is free. Don't cost you a damn thing, man. Like, y'all claim y'all like me, which that's suspect within itself. Which I don't, it is what it is. But if you like the video, man, do it for Ty Peasant. I know a lot of y'all watch me because of Ty Peasant. Like, hopefully she'll come back on the network soon. I know y'all like to see her on there. But, when you like the video, you help her, you push us out so more people can see her. More people can see Left Indy. So, like the video. All right, guys. I forgot about this confirmation hearing of Linda McMahon. Oh God. Now we got the goddamn WWE motherfuckers in here in the government, man. It's a clown show. Um, so you telling me Linda McMahon, a woman that worked for the WWE, she has experience in education? Like I'm pretty sure that phony ass fake ass wrestling shit, like that shit don't correlate with wrestling. I mean, don't correlate with education. You see what I'm saying? So, but Bernie Sanders, he said, I guess he asked her a question and she can't answer. Like, oh God, man, our government's a fucking clown show. All right, guys, I'm gonna play this clip. Here we go.
Sanders. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When we talk about education, kind of we're looking at it in a vacuum. We're talking about the struggles that low-income kids are having, and that's true. But Mrs. McMahon, you are also aware that in America we have more income and wealth inequality than we've ever had before. You are aware that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. You are aware, I suspect, that teachers are dealing with kids who are literally homeless, kids who come from dysfunctional families where there is violence. Does it concern you in America that we are living in a society where the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? And how do you think that impacts our educational system?
Thank you very much, Senator, for that question. First of all, let me say that I believe that teaching is one of the most noble professions that we have in our country, and we have so many good, dedicated teachers to help us.
Yeah, but your president is trying to gut the Department of Education, and the Department of Education, like a lot of red states that really don't have any money, like they have to rely on federal funding from the government, and Trump's trying to get rid of that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're a capitalist, right? Yeah, you about making money. You're an entertainer, I guess. WWE, whatever the fuck it's called. Um, yeah, like you don't give a fuck about the teachers. Like I know this. Like Trump don't give a fuck about the teachers. Um, so yeah, let me continue.
Our students. I do think that we are trapping students often in low-performing schools, and that's why the president has such a strong policy towards.
Yeah, low performing as of the black and brown communities. That's the problem. Maybe those low performing schools you're talking about, Linda, uh, like this meme that was Mama showed me this meme on Facebook. I think I seen this on Instagram too, where this cat. Somebody said, "Did you hit Linda?" No. They said, "You saw you hitting the fuck." Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm in a happy mood today. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, like, it's gonna be even more low performing schools now because you about to gut the Department of Education. So, yeah, let's see what this clown got to say, because she's an entertainer, clown.
School choice.
But you will agree, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you will agree that you can't just look at education. The truth is that middle class, upper middle class public schools in America generally do pretty well. But if you are homeless, if you were a homeless person and you had kids, the odds of your kids doing pretty well are not good. I'm just asking you, what do you think about the massive level of income and wealth inequality, the fact that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty? Is that something you think you might want to pay attention to?
Well, certainly, Senator, I do believe that we want to make sure that every child in our country has the opportunity to have equal access to a quality education. And the Department of Education really is not setting economic policy in the country.
Well,
we should focus on educating our children, and we should focus on it at the local level.
let me ask you this. You mentioned correctly that we have many great teachers in America, right?
Yes.
If you as a businesswoman wanted to attract the best and the brightest? Would you be starting them off after they leave school, maybe $50,000, $60,000 in debt with salaries of $35,000, $40,000? Or would you say, we respect, you talked about teaching being the noblest profession. I agree with you. Would you agree with me, support my legislation that says no teacher in America should earn at least $60,000 a year?
Well, certainly the pay to teachers is up to the states where those teachers reside. I do believe we should.
That is such a business person. That is so a Trump question. Like Trump always say, leave it up to the states, leave it up to the states, leave it up to the states. The government should have to pay for it. The government, like, and she's in Trump back pocket, so like maybe Massachusetts and New York can pay teachers $60,000 a year, but Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, West Virginia, like teachers, I'm pretty sure the states in general can't pay teachers that damn much. So like basically she said, nah, teachers, such a noble gift. It kind of reminds you like when the pandemic started, when people saying these are essential workers. They stock our bags. We've been treating them like shit, ignoring them before the pandemic started. But now, since the world was on high alert of a virus, we need these people. They don't give a fuck about essential workers. If you did, then why they are still poor? My thing is, since you support essential workers, then teachers are essential. I mean, during the pandemic, teachers had to scramble to, for example, like a lot of, obviously pandemic, a lot of kids have to stay at home and do online schooling, which, a lot of people criticize that, but I mean, it is what it is, but teachers had to hurry up and scramble to do that. Like, they had to, get the lesson out some kind of way. So, yeah. Yeah, miss me with this bullshit, Linda. Like, you and Trump are full of shit. You're full of, leave it up to the states. Leave it up to the states. Oh, God. I can't believe I missed this, though. Damn.
Pay our teachers fairly. They spend so much time with our students, and they should be well compensated for their
Paying them
job.
fairly, nobody in the world will disagree with you. I mean, the question is, if teaching is a noble profession, if teaching is an important profession, should we be paying them salaries commensurate with the value of the work that they are doing? So I'm asking you a simple question. Would you recommend to states, as the leader of education in America, that teachers at least make $60,000 a year?
I would certainly recommend to states that teachers be paid what is commensurate with the kinds of jobs that are part of their states. Not all states have the same living costs. Not all states have the same ability to pay teachers, but to attract really good teachers and to keep them, we should definitely pay them commensurate with the job performance that they are undertaking.
Millions of young people, low-income people, are finding it very difficult to afford to go to college, and they're leaving school $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 in debt. Pell Grant program provides assistance to over 7 million low-income young people in this country. Can you guarantee to us, if you are made a Secretary of Education, that no student in America will lose their Pell Grant as the department is dismantled?
Surely the defunding is not the goal here. The continuation of Pell Grants, I'd actually even like to see an expansion of Pell Grants. I'd like to see short-term certificates for Pell Grants for students who aren't going on to four-year universities, who could have the opportunity to use Pell Grants for skill-based learning.
So what I'm hearing you say is Pell Grant program will continue under your administration.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I'm pretty sure Elon wants to gut that too. Yeah. Take that as a grain of salt.
Senator Cassidy asked you an important question, and that is, do you agree? And let me just once again get your feelings on this. That if there is a movement to abolish the Department of Education, it has to go through the United States Congress.
Yes, it is set up by the United States Congress, and we work with Congress. It clearly cannot be shut down without it.
Good. Thank you.
So yeah, y'all, full of shit. Like, yeah, I think Bernie knows it. She's full of shit. Um, yeah, like they want to gut the Department of Education. Um, like it's unfortunate because so many teachers have a tough job, man. Like they people don't understand what a teacher has to do. Like some teachers have to come out of pocket to buy their own school supplies. And I heard the Republicans. Man, I heard this from somebody trying to get rid of that tax credit. I think it's some kind of you get a kind of a rebate, and they trying to take that away. So yeah, a WWE entertainer or owner, CEO, whatever the fuck she is, ahead of the education. Oh God, so yeah, y'all. That's the show, man. This is like an interesting, weird show I did, but hey, I got it done. That's the most important part. Um, so yeah, y'all. On the bottom of your screen, follow us on Red Note. We on there. Those are usernames right there. And if you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. Left Indie, Hoa Girl, and me. We on there. And also too, y'all, before you leave, like the video, or you just not coming in because you're late. It's all good. I love my people. Understand. It's so much content online, man. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I mean, I probably don't give a lot of people credit enough. Like, I understand that you got Savvy Sabs, you got RBN. I mean, Savvy Sabs is on RBN, but she do her own thing on the side too as well. You got Do This and This. You got a lot of other platforms that do the same thing I'm doing. But y'all, watch me from time to time. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, and the other people on the network appreciate it too as well. So, thank you so much for watching us, man. Like, you know, like it's tough, man. Like, but we I guess we sleeping through the cracks a little bit. Like, we still got a long way to go. I think now, as the network stands, like, I want to talk about this on Tea Time. Hopefully, you do Tea Time soon. I don't know, but I want to talk about changes to the network and stuff like that. I like the people to know what's going on. Hopefully, Left Indie, and the co-founder of the network. Hopefully, they start doing the shows soon, so we'll be able, see less of me and more of them. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching the Good Faith Show. The Good Faith Show, ATP Live, both of them the same. Hey, thank you for watching ATP Live. I'm Trey Board signing out. Have a good one. And also, too, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu.